Hello students, again we are continuing with our poem Ravi Ben Ezra. Be there for once and all, severed great minds from small, announced to each his station in the past. Was I, the world arraigned, were they, my soul disdained, right? Let age speak the truth and give us peace at last. He says that be there for once and all. He says, because in old age we are able to discern the thing, we are able to decide the thing, we are able to judge the things, because maturity, judgment, they comes at the old age only. So only then a man becomes able to discriminate for once and for all that what has been wrong and what has been right. Severed great minds from small, announced to each his situation, his station in the past. He could then evaluate his own actions and views as well as those of others which he has learned, and he can now assign them a proper place in the past. In the past, we might do anything, and then someone calls it wrong, someone calls it right. So he says that now, as we are being severed from those great minds of and small in different places, now we can identify that who was the great mind and who was the small mind, means who was a mature person who has a knowledge and who was a having a fresh mind. Was I the world arraigned? He says, was I was the one whom the world arraigned, means whom the world criticized. I was the one whom the world criticized at every point. Were they, my soul distant? And were they, means they were the people who looked at my soul with disdain, means with hate. They looked upon at my soul, right? Let age speak the truth and give us peace at last. Now, let our age speak the truth, our own experience, our own wisdom. Let it speak the truth now and decide that who was right and who was wrong, what was right and what was wrong. It means in our young age, when we were young, we have done many follies, many mistakes, we might have many ambitions, we have many works done, and each and every work was judged by people at that time. Some works were discarded, some were disdained, some were hated, some were looked upon as wrong. But he says, you don't need to go according to that only. Now is the time, then you can form a correct judgment that what was right and what was wrong, because even your soul has become mature now, and now you can achieve that peace at last, which you have been uncertain of so far, that I have committed many mistakes, or I haven't achieved anything, or like that. So now, because of your own wisdom, because of your own maturity, you are able to do those things, judge those things in a correct perspective, in a even manner. Now who shall arbitrate? 10 men love what I hate, shun what I follow, slight what I receive. Now look at every beautiful thing he says, in a very beautiful manner he says, now who shall arbitrate? Arbitrate means decide. Now who shall decide? Or how can one decide? Why? The 10 men love what I hate. There are 10 people. 10 he's talking about, there are many people. He's just saying it like that, that there are many people who love what I hate. Means he says that the world has disdained me, the world has scorned me, the world has looked hatefully towards me. He's elaborating that thing, that we don't need to go by the yardstick of the world only. We can judge ourselves from our own wisdom, from our own maturity. It says that how can we decide things, because 10 men love what I hate. There are many people who love those things, those ideas, those ambitions, those works which I hate. Son, what I follow. And there are another 10 who son, who avoid, who don't like what I follow. The things which I like, they are disliked by others. Slight what I receive. And they slide, they scorn, they hate what I receive, what I welcome. There are many things to which I welcome, to whom I like by my heart, but people don't like them. But there are 10 who in ears and eyes match me. But there are 10 others who in ears and eyes match me. Ears and eyes match me means they are same in their tastes of perceiving what they see and what they like. They are the same as me. We all surmise, and we all just surmise means we all just make guesses, we all just speculate only the things, because they this thing and I that. They like this thing, I like that thing. Whom shall my soul believe? So this is the question, that to whom shall my soul believe? भाई वहाँ कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जिनको वो चीज़ पसंद नहीं है जो मुझे पसंद है, कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जो उन चीज़ों को नापसंद करते हैं जिनको मैं वेलकम करता हूँ, लेकिन कुछ लोग ऐसे भी हैं जो पूरी तरह से मेरी तरह से सोचते हैं, उनको वही चीज़ पसंद आती है जो मुझे पसंद आती है, वो वही सुनते हैं जो मुझे सुनाई पड़ता है. सो ही सेज दैट वी ऑल जस्ट सरमाइज दिस थिंग आई दैट थिंग, है ना. हम सिर्फ गैस करते हैं कि कौन सी चीज़ अच्छी है, कौन सी बुरी है. मैं उस चीज़ को अच्छे के रूप में लेता हूँ, वो दूसरी चीज़ को अच्छे के रूप में लेते हैं. सो whom shall my soul believe? This is the question, that how can I judge then? Because people, the world about whom he has been talking about in the last stanza, they differ in their opinions, they differ in their ideals, they differ in their judgments. So whom shall I believe, or whom shall my soul believe? And that's why he says that believe on your own judgment, believe on your own experience, because now you have achieved the maturity, and with this maturity you can have that thing, you can make your own judgments, you can judge your own deeds in a rightful manner, not on the vulgar mass called work must sentence pass, things done that took the eye and had the prize. He says that what I oppose or what I don't believe is this, that the judgment, that what is good and what is bad, what I have done or what I have not done, what I have achieved or what I have failed to achieve, that judgment should not be passed on the those vulgar things, those vulgar masses, those vulgar heaps of things called work. Not only the works which I have done, not only the what we call them, the finite works which I have, the concrete words which I have seen, which were seen by the eyes and the hands, not only those works should be judged. Judgment should not be passed only on with the basis of those things which I have done that took the eye and had the prize. That took the eye means which are easily visible, and they also have their own materialistic prizes, over which from level stand the low world laid its hand. From the level stand means from a mean stand, from a low kind of stand, low kind of judgment, the whole world lays its hands. I don't want myself to be judged solely on the basis of those works, those tasks which are easily seen and which are easily prized by this materialistic world, because they are found straightway to its mind could value in a trice, and in a moment they could be valued. I'm not talking about those things. I don't want myself to be judged by those works only which are feasible to the world, which are easily discernible to the world, which are easily seen by the world, that yes, this is I have done and this is what I have not done. I don't want myself, or I don't want my soul to be judged only on the basis of those things, what he wants to be judged. But all the world's coarse thumb and finger failed to plumb, so past in making up the man account. He says, but all, I don't want myself to be judged only by those works which I have done, only by those concrete things which are visible to the eyes, but all. I want myself to be judged by the all which I have. And what he has, the world's coarse thumb and finger failed to plumb. I want myself to be evaluated by those works also, those things also, which the coarse means not refined fingers and hand of the world has failed to access those things. I want myself to be judged on the behalf of those things also. Things so past in making up the man account, because they have also passed, they have also added in making up the man account of my life. The things which are not visible to the eyes of the common world, even those are the things which have contributed handsomely, very greatly to the making of my personality. All instinct immatures, all those instincts, all those desires, all those feelings of mine which were immature, they have also had a part in making me, in completing my personality, in completing my soul. All purposes unsure, all those purposes, all those desires, all those ideals, they were unsure, which were not definite, which were indefinite, which were not realized in works. Means I have thought those plans, those ideals of mine which I could not concretize in real work, even they matter. That weighed not as his work. Those ideals of mine, those desires of mine, those purposes of mine, those plannings of mine, which has not weighed out as his work, yet swelled the man's account. Those desires of mine, those ideals of mine, those plannings of mine, those thinkings of mine, even they haven't came out as concrete works, but even they swelled, they increased the account of my deeds, the account of my works, because the knowledge, the maturity, the experience, they all come with these things also, and they are the things which strengthen our soul. So he says that I don't want myself to be judged by the world's yardstick only, and that's why he says that now we are mature enough. This old age has granted us that kind of maturity, that kind of wisdom, that now we can judge the things by ourselves. Now we ourselves can decide that what we have done is right or what we have done is wrong, what we have achieved is creditable or is not creditable. So he says that don't go by the yardstick of the people, because people have different choices, different likings, different ideals, and people even can't notice the works, the things which were in your mind, which you could not actualize in the real world, but which have had a share in making up your personality, in making up your knowledge, in making up your experience. So that is the real thing which only you can do, and only you can decide that what you have achieved so far or what not. Thank you.